Hello friends, my name is Kailash and I welcome you all to Spoken English Master. Today we are going to discuss about a very important topic. Today we are not going to discuss about any kind of grammatical rule. We have already learned so many rules and we will be learning in future. But today we are going to discuss about a very important thing that is called speaking English. How to speak in English. Okay, actually I have seen so many students, they face so many problems to speak in English. They know grammatical rules and they say like, sir, I can speak English but I am not confident whatever I am speaking. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about that thing. And I have seen so many students, they know grammatical rules, they can understand. If someone is speaking, they can understand, but still they are not able to speak English properly. Maybe they can speak something but not properly. So what is the actual problem? Okay, and what can be the solution of this problem? Today we will be discussing, and I can guarantee you, if you watch the video till the end, you will get a complete knowledge of this one and you won't have to face any kind of problems to speak in English. So watch the video till the end. So without wasting time, let's get started. Subscribe to Spoken English Master to get more videos like this. In this video I am going to tell you some points. Okay, so one by one I will keep telling all the points. So why you can't speak English? Your first point is you don't try to speak in English. Actually what happens when we speak in our native language, like it can be Hindi, it can be Bengali, or it can be any other language, we don't face any problem. And when we try to speak in English, if we are not comfortable in English, we do face some problems. So that's why all the time we don't try, not all the time, I'd say most of the time, 90% time we don't try to speak in English. If we get any other chance, any other option to speak any different language, okay, in which we are comfortable, so we don't try to speak in English. That is the most important problem and the biggest problem, I'd say. Okay, so what you need to do, wherever you get chance, you need to try to speak in English. Okay, if it is wrong, it's okay, no problem. If you are trying to speak in English, if you are learning, if you are a beginner, you will definitely come some mistakes, it doesn't matter. So what you need to do, you need to try to speak in English whenever you get some chance. Okay, now your next problem is you may have memorized grammatical rules. As I have told you in the beginning that you know grammatical rules, still you face some problems to speak in English. What is the problem? What is the basic thing? Maybe you have memorized all the grammatical rules, you don't know the application of all the grammatical rules, whatever you know. Okay, these are not that much helpful for you. That's why you are able to write but you are not able to speak English. Actually what happens when you speak English, you have to speak within a fraction of a second. Okay, maybe sometimes you get like excited, okay, that time you might commit some mistakes. Okay, this kind of problems can be there. So what you need to do, you need to know the application of those grammatical rules. Suppose if I say one phrase like I used to go there, मैं वहाँ पे जाता था. If you don't know the exact meaning of this one and you don't know how to implement this, you won't be able to speak English. Okay, so these kind of things we have to know the implementation of those grammatical rules. Okay, so that you can speak English. Okay, your next problem is you may not have environment to speak English. The biggest problem according to me, the thing is like those who are from Bengali medium background, those who are from Hindi medium background or any other, okay, except English medium background, the main problems they face, they don't get the environment. If you don't get environment to speak English, you will never be able to speak English properly. See, if you see that your neighbors are speaking native language, okay, so you will learn that one, you will be fluent in that language. How do you speak English if you don't get that much environment? So getting an environment is very important to speak English. Okay, your next problem, lack of practice. It's a kind of like I have told you in the previous point, environment. If you don't get environment, how do you practice? Or if you don't practice, then how do you speak English properly? So it's another problem. Okay, so you need to practice more and more. Okay, your next problem, you think that you are talking to a person who is better than you. If you think you are talking to a person who is better than you, suppose you are talking to me, you know that I am a teacher, so you are thinking sir knows better than me, then you will face some problems. It happens. Generally we don't think about that, but it happens. If you know, suppose in case of any game also, suppose you are playing cricket, you are playing cricket against a team which is better than your team. If you know that thing, and if this thing strikes, strikes in your mind, then it will be a problematic thing for you. You will never be able to play well, or you will never be able to speak English properly. So stop thinking about these kind of things. Don't think that someone is better than you. Always think you are better than that person. If you think like this, it will be helpful for you, I can guarantee you. Okay, so don't think that someone is better than you. Just think you are better than that person. Okay. Your next problem: you are afraid of public speaking. I have seen so many students, they can speak English when they have only one or two friends, but when they are on the stage, or when they are in a meeting, any kind of company meeting or like this, they start stammering. They do face some problems to speak publicly. That is another problem. So you need to practice. Okay, only practice can solve this problem. Okay, so practice is the most important thing. Now I will give you some solutions of these problems. Okay, one by one I will keep telling. Number one: whenever you get chance, you need to try to speak in English. Okay, as I have already told you, your first solution is you need to try to speak in English. Whatever the situation, it doesn't matter. Okay, you have to speak in English. Like if you have any friend, you can talk to that person also. Over phone, you can also have a conversation with someone. That can also be helpful for you. You need to spend more time. Another thing that you can do every day, if you do this, whatever I'm going to say, if you do this, I can guarantee you within 3 to 4 months you will definitely be able to be fluent in English. Do one thing: before sleeping, whatever you have done on that particular day, you need to tell. Suppose if I talk about today whatever I have done, if I tell the same thing right now, so I can practice. And every day you don't do the same thing, you do some other things. Okay, some different things you do. So if you practice in this way, I can guarantee you your fluency will definitely come. Maybe if you are a beginner, if you start doing the same, you may have to face some problems. Definitely everyone faces some problems. If you start doing some new things, you will definitely face some problems, but you need to try. Okay, within 3 to 4 months you will definitely get a fruitful result, I can guarantee you. Start doing it from today. Your next solution is you need not memorize anything. Generally what we do, we try to memorize something. Whenever we are taught by our teachers, they give some grammatical rules and we try to memorize it. This is a wrong process, totally wrong process. We need not try to memorize anything. What you need to do, we need to be practical. We need to learn how to implement all the grammatical rules, not to learn anything. Don't go by any exercise, don't try to memorize anything. I have seen many person, or many people, they tell like we have to memorize grammatical rules, we have to memorize stock of words. Okay, so stock of words cannot be memorized, only it can be kept in your mind by practice. Whatever, if you learn any new word, okay, so suppose today you have learned 10 new words, you need to implement it, you need to use in your day-to-day life, okay, while speaking. If you use it, I can guarantee you these words will be perfectly seated in your brain. It will be seated in your brain permanently. But if you don't use, only if you memorize, after a few days or after a few months, you will definitely forget all the rules. That happens. Okay, so you need to implement it. Don't try to memorize anything. Okay, try to practice as much as you can. Your next solution: if it's possible, you need to read newspaper every day. Maybe you have seen so many people telling the same thing, you have to read newspaper, but it's really very helpful. Trust me students, it's really very helpful. If you read newspaper every day, I can guarantee you your fluency will definitely come. You have to pronounce. You need not read it silently. You need to pronounce it. Okay, every day. I'm not telling that you have to spend 2 hours, 3 hours, like 4 hours per day to read newspaper. It's not possible for you, I know that. But if you spend at least half an hour, or if it's possible, if you spend at least 15 to 20 minutes, it will be enough for you. If you are a beginner, just start reading newspaper. Okay, and there are some process. Okay, to start reading newspaper. If you are a beginner, you should not start reading from the first page. Okay, so later on I will upload a video also. After a few days I will upload a video on this topic also, how to read newspaper properly. Okay, so wait for it, I will definitely upload it, and when I upload I will give the link in the description box. Okay, you can watch that video also and you will get a idea how to read newspaper if you are a beginner. Okay, so your next solution, try to think in English. You may have heard this point. Okay, everyone tells and try to think in English, try to think in English. Is it possible to try to think in English? If you are a beginner, if you generally speak Bengali or Hindi, it's not possible, you know, but you need to practice. You need to practice to think in English. Suppose while coming you have seen someone has committed accident, you have seen an accident, so try to narrate that in English, try to speak in English. And now after that, whatever is going on around you, try to think in English. Whatever you think in Bengali or Hindi or any other language, try to think the same thing in English. That will be helpful for you. If you are a beginner, you will not be able to do it, I know this, but you need to try. Within 3 to 4 months, if you keep doing the same thing within 3 to 4 months, your habit will be built, and once this habit is built, you won't have to face any problem. You will have the habit to speak English, and while thinking you will face a problem that I am telling right now. You will face like suppose like while converting those sentences in your mind, you won't be able to arrange all the sentences, you won't be able to construct all the sentences. Maybe you will face some problems about stock of words. Okay, what kind of things you will see when you try to convert all the things in English, you will face some problems. Okay, stock of words will not be there, so there is another problem. But when you are having some problems, keep 1 or 2 dictionaries with you, or you can use mobile dictionary also. That will also be helpful for you. Okay, because if you see normal dictionary, it will take long time. Okay, but if you find those words from like English dictionary, mobile dictionary, that will be helpful for you. It can save your time also. So in this way also you can try to speak. That will be helpful for you. Okay, your next solution, practice as much as you can. Practice as much as you can. I have been telling the same thing since I started the video. Practice, practice and practice. 3 things are needed to speak English. 1 is practice, number 2 is practice, number 3 is practice. Practice, practice, practice. If you practice, the more you practice, the more you learn. The more you practice, the more you will be fluent in English. So keep doing practice. Only practice can make you fluent in English. Okay, I hope this video will be helpful for you. These points will be helpful for you. Not only these, some grammatical tools are also important to speak English. Okay, so that's why I have made so many videos on grammar, mainly on tense, and I will be making so many videos. So which videos I have already made, I have given the links in the description box. If you want, you can watch all the videos. These videos will definitely be helpful for you to speak English, and keep doing practice. So that's all for today. Please share this video with your friends so that each and every student can take the advantage from these videos. I want each and every student to be fluent in English. If you share these videos, many students are there who are not able to speak in English, who want to learn English but they are not able to afford it. Okay, so I want each and every student to learn English and each and every student to be fluent in English. So please share these videos and let them speak also. So thanks for watching. If you find this video helpful for you, do subscribe to our channel to get more videos like this. Thank you.